It's Friday the 19th of August. Hello and welcome to a Nuki TV. We've got a Men of War game 3-on-3 on the map Lakeland. I've been trying to get a game recorded tonight for so long. I really hope this is the game. We've had people disconnecting. I tried to get a game with Epic versus some clans to meet some new people, but unfortunately people just don't want to play Epic. They're just like, I'm gonna lose if I go against them. I'll just like tell them I can play in 15 minutes and then like join a different game. And it was just so annoying. Anyway, we're on the map Lakeland, which does have these trains. I hope to see some good old train action. It's not often you see that, considering most of the maps don't have trains in, which is, you know, unfortunate, because I think all maps should have trains in. Anyway, we have Mithras in the middle. We are spectating from the Germans' point of view. Joining Mithras on the right-hand side is Felony from Epic, joining in on this CG game today. And on the left, I do believe we have Seth. Felony already splitting up her forces into 3 separate groups. Going to be helping out in the central position, helping Mithras out just to the right. Mithras opting to put sandbags down kind of far away from the center. You know, he can see down that road if anyone approaches. Always good to have sandbags right down the center. You've got really good view. And if possible, get rid of the bushes. We've already have our first combat, and 2 guys just completely don't notice any of the German soldiers. Bit of lag. Ooh, please don't disconnect anyone. I really can't take any more disconnection. Fellini with one hell of an injured soldier, grenading a guy, shooting a guy. Maybe we're seeing a new breed of hero. He's got his lucky cap on. Gonna ask his friend for a little bit of help. He's running with a grenade. AT grenade low, less. Both gentlemen die like a coward. One USA soldier, controlled by Mrs. Lemming, runs behind this crater. Guns one guy down who runs around. I don't understand why that was necessary from Felony to do that. She threw a grenade over. This guy's still hiding behind there, not been spotted just yet. Pro trying to get a flank. Could have worked, but seems Mithras is on the ball and avoiding grenades. His machine gunner stays alive for another day and is going to cover that middle. Felony working on this right hand side, using her machine gunner to place some sandbags on a higher ground. High ground, always nice. One soldier moves around. I don't think Migsy notices this soldier right here on the ridge. She's firing away though. Going to be revealing her position. There's some bush on grenade action just to the left of the central position. The flag is still neutral. I think Mrs. Lemming was trying to flank once again. Trying to get rid of that machine gunner. That machine gunner currently covering the middle as the Germans hold the position. Half-track action from Migsy, forcing Felony to retreat behind this ledge. These 2 guys don't have an AT grenade in their default loadout. Whether they've picked one up, I don't know. Usually pro, and I, you know, quotation marks, because, you know, where's the line between pro and average and all those stuff? But, you know, usually pro players like to pick up stuff on the battlefield like AT grenades and use them. Anyway, we have Pro on this left-hand side, combating Seth the Mighty with his machine gunner far in the back covering. Nice to have your machine gunners positioned somewhere safe, not too out in the open to be gunned down. We have some airborne soldiers from Pro as well, assaulting this central left position. Actually neutralizing the zone as well, so they might be able to cap that. There's very little German forces in that area to repel just those few soldiers. Now the half-track is just going over the hill, forcing Felony to retreat her guys even more. But we have an AT rifle hidden somewhere in these hills. There we go, standing up, taking the shot, destroying the hull of the half-track. That half-track didn't get to do much in this battle, but it is lightly armoured. It's usually the case. Always be aware of AT rifles early in the game. Good sign of a good player getting just some protection from light vehicles, just in case someone decides to go light infantry or early armor. You know, you've got some sort of countermeasure against it. Always good thing to do. Highly recommended. Over in the center for the USA forces, we have a light AT gun. Not going to be picking anything too big, but it can use its HE rounds to some effectiveness against the infantry behind the sandbags. Just defortifying the sandbags is a good thing as well. Grenade action as his guy's helmet just flops to that soldier's feet. But Felony, only one guy here, retreating that guy now. Whilst assaulting this zone, two guys are laying prone in the area, decapturing that zone. And because... who was it? Who is it? Oh, I've completely forgot now. This is like the third game I've casted and like the 8th hour I've been waiting to cast. My brain is on meltdown. Anyway, let's see who it is. It's Migsy. Sorry, how can I forget Migsy? Anyway, Migsy is bringing up a Stuart tank and a bunch of infantry just hiding behind one pipe to take care of these two guys. But earlier on, because Migsy opted for the half track, there was you know, a bit of a delayed response, and Felony has an AT rifle support infantry. Migsy knows the position, blows a hole in the wall, gonna creep round to take care of that guy, or maybe not. Maybe they haven't seen it. Oh, no, definitely the infantry have seen it, and they're gonna shoot. Migsy backs away the Stuart tank. But where there is an AT rifleman support, there is an AT rifle guy with a Panzerschreck hidden somewhere. Not sure where. Or maybe no, wait, it was the AT rifleman. It caused brain meltdown, hurry. I don't care, I just want a game to cast tonight. So let's be a little bit relaxed about this. Let's try not to shout at the Anuki. Anuki did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong indeed. And this zone now being captured by the scumdog American forces. Hopefully Mithras will obliterate them. For righteous cause. We have some more grenades going on from Felony. Grenades going to be used throughout the entire game. This guy's gunning people in the back. So dishonorable. Migsy doesn't even notice. I think he maybe just wants to run away and get some distance from the SMG before turning around and slugging that guy right against the wall. Kapow! Yeah. He won't be gunning me in the back anymore. But we do have a 222. 222 will be gunning people in the back. It's kind of one of those units which just likes to drive in and you think, well, I can sacrifice it as long as I kill loads of people. We have a long-range grenade. Long-range usually meaning smoke grenade. We already have one smoke grenade up. So, Purpro probably going to be, you know, crawling some guys in there, hoping to decapture the zone. Remember, decapturing zones is just as good as capturing zones. It means the enemy has one less point, and so long as you have one more point as your enemy, you are scoring. Scoring is always a good thing. We have hull destroyed on a light tank in the center for the American forces, and surprise, surprise. Mithras bringing a Hetzer out to deal with that. There was obviously some tank that destroyed the hull of that. And yeah, it was a Hetzer. Mithras did a really smart thing of moving his Flak 38 behind the wall where the Stuart tank couldn't shoot it. And then as soon as that Stuart tank's been dealt with, we do have two Stuart tanks. It was a completely different Stuart tank. But yeah, he moved that behind the wall. Until that was dealt with, we have one big AT grenade throw. Straight on the top of that Stuart tank. Great play from Felony using the ridge. No guys could protect that being repaired. Unfortunately. And Purpro opting for the laggy. Stress. Don't crash. I need a yogurt. I had a white aero yogurt and it really... No, white chocolatey aero yogurt. It wasn't just white. You know, that wouldn't be very special at all. But the yogurt wasn't really very white chocolatey, and that was kind of annoying. I really hope that Purpro hasn't crashed, although we do have a spectator on the American forces, then they may switch out. Purpro is gone. Do I press F9 now? Do I continue? Laubox, are you going to join in for the fun? If you do, I will have to spawn just one unit to counter all that manpower you've accumulated. Seth saying Laubox should play, Laubox saying Laubox should play. Laubox is probably going to play, and I'm probably going to figure out what the flip should I spawn. Now, if this was a live stream, I could ask you what should I spawn. But unfortunately, it's not a live stream, and the reason I cannot do live streams is one, what the hell happens if a game disconnects? 2, what the hell happens to my upload? My upload is not enough, and Felony gunning around with this 222, getting a few guys. This game is going to continue, so I need to pick up the pace again. Usually I slow down and start talking about random shit like Aero white chocolates, because I don't know if I'm just going to stop recording the game and delete it. But no, this game is going to continue, and I'm probably going to upload it if it's a good game. So Felony running around to the central position. It's a position for pros. Gunning some people down with a 222 because it is very maneuverable. It's, you know, that's one of its pro points. You should use it like that, but it gets hit by this looks like an AA gun in the back. It hits the 222. The 222 cries. Jumbo tank. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for a Goliath. Because Laubox has accumulated a lot of manpower because he's not been spending it. He's just been spectating from the American forces. You know, he can afford to get this big heavy stuff out, which is going to be a problem because Seth the Mighty has had to spend his points to fight Purpro. Nonetheless, I'm going to give him a Goliath, so he's got one really good chance to take out that Jumbo. On the right, we do have another Sherman tank. It's not a Jumbo. Jumbo, the way I seem to tell it, is like more shinier. And 9 times out of 10, I seem to get it right. But this Sherman is easily going to defeat this Panzer III from Felony. She's trying to get a flank off the side. A good side shot will defeat even the mightiest of tanks. But already, it gets flanked by an AA tank from the central position. Mrs. Lemming with the M19 AA tank for the Americans. And we have a load of guys that have just darted across the road, hiding behind the barn, taking cover from the Sherman, and this Goliath slowly creeping up. I do hope I don't miss that. It would be a huge shame, but, you know, I'm always going to miss stuff, but when I miss stuff, you know, there's always going to be something I don't miss. And Migsy doesn't miss this grenade. He runs his guys away. It would have been a huge loss if he took that grenade to the face. We have Laubox running after this Goliath, trying to get an AT grenade off. He doesn't want that to go to his Sherman. He should be retreating his Jumbo tank now. Jumbo sees it. It's retreating a bit late. It could be too late when he gets the shot off in a load of trees. Ah, huge loss for the tree forces. The Ents are not going to be too happy about that. When they walk into Mordor, they're going to be slightly weakened. There's a little bit of M20 wreckage. So Migsy at some point had that out. I honestly can't remember if I've seen it or not. Oh dear. But no, wait, that M20 is still alive. I thought it was dead. But it comes back into play and it starts gunning down this troop who's hiding behind the pipe. He moves in to get a better angle. Always nice to get a better angle on a shot. He's still healing. The M20's not even going to try and shoot him now. Oh wait, he does turn around and get him. But we do have a Panzer Shrek here. The Panzer Shrek could get a shot off, but he has to reload. Felony didn't reload the soldier. And he pays for that. So, maybe going to see this guy pick up the Panzer Shrek. The M20 is currently looking in that direction, and Felony knows it. Maybe Felony is just so smart, she's not going to risk running that soldier into death. She's going to keep that in there until it's safe to pick up that Panzer Shrek. Also, Migsy will be doing a really good job if he could pick up the Panzer Shrek as well. Always remember to pick up a penguin! I hate those chocolate bars, and this water tower is being destroyed as a machine gunner hides behind his steering wheel. I don't know why the water tower has a steering wheel. But, maybe not the best place for a machine gunner. The infantry would have to get really close. We do have a sniper. I think it's a veteran sniper from Felony. You can see the highlighted zone, which means it's currently being direct controlled. She's scouting for possible threats. Now she picks up the Panzer Shrek.